Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it's with all of you. Hope you're all doing well out there. What's happening, people? What is happening? Good morning, Bad Daza. Bad Daza, fair play to him. He messaged me this morning to say that I set up the stream wrong. I put the wrong, incorrect time. I put UK time instead of US time, so my bad. Thank you, Bad Daza, for letting me know. Otherwise, we would have been in trouble this morning. We'll be back in 3 hours. Sorry about that. Good afternoon, Rhonda. How are you, my darling? Nice to see you. Sarah PPP is in the house. Please make sure you like the stream. How is my audio, people? Is it okay? If you'd like to support the channel, the best way to do so is through PayPal or especially buy me a coffee. As always, there you go. Some of the links as well. Sarah is the link queen. There you go. If you want a membership. Amazon wish list, which I don't really have anything on my wish list, I don't believe. That's a new sports channel as well. There's a lot of stuff here, isn't there? There you go. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Still 7 minutes. I thought it was 9:30 start. No, 9:45 today. It was a 10 o'clock start at court, I believe. Who's here? Show yourself. Bad Daz is here. Who else we got here? Katie's here. Bad Daz is here. Sarah P is here. Katie's there. Kate. She's got something there. I don't know what those are. They look like coffee. So you can tell Bex, but Bex won't be here for another 5 hours, so it's fine. Lady Di, good morning to you. How are you doing, my darling? Hope you're doing. Oh shit! Shit the bed. She's here. Oops. Oopsies. I'll take my comment back. I honestly didn't think you would be here on time. I'll be honest with you. Lady Di, Bex, Lady Di. We all have days like that in the time zone thing. I do it all the time. At least once a month I do it, Bad Daza. Turn it down a little, Dylan. I can still hear you, you bitch. Unbelievable. Just for that. Just for that.
Twinkle, twinkle, little snitch. Mind your own business, you fucking nosy bitch.
Bex is on time. This is like a miracle. Morning, have you pissed the bed? You're on time, Bex. I know everyone's giving Bex a hard time. I love it. Give her more hard time. I worked late last night, Katie. I'm here out of spite. Ooh, there you go. Never give in to these men. There you go. Well, we are here. Let me get another stream up just in case that this one doesn't start on time. Bye. We're using law and crim. Oh, hang on. Let me go on to this one first then. Yeah, let me go on to this one. I might swap it afterwards. There you go. Court is not in session, but it's at least we get to see some stuff here. So that's something. That is something for us. Anyway, how is everybody anyway? I do hope you're doing well. I see somebody just snuck in.
Hippie chick, Lady Di, Spacey Stacy, walking those streets all night. You go, ladies, come and see what's going on now. Let's go, girls.
There you go. Spacey Stacy, hello, my darling. You all see that one Texas judge going viral. Right, is that the one with the IT guy? Or was that a different one, Lady Di? You know, the one that shouted at the IT guy. Hey, Spacey Stacy, Bad, you need a cheese toast. Oh, I would love a cheese toasty. Cheese toasty with some tomatoes in them. Oh, I'm not sure how I like cheese toast two ways. Bread, like either lightly toasted, bit of butter, cheese and tomato sliced in, or sometimes I will do it just bread, lather it with butter, bit of cheese, and then put the top part up, lather the top with butter, and then let it grill, and it comes beautiful. But then I sometimes put ham, cheese, and tomato in. So yes, then the attorney went to the news. That's it, because he wrote him an email telling me he should apologise, and the judge told him to come next day into court to stand in front of him or something like that. I've not really looked at it, to be honest, but I did see it. I did see it. It was not. Yeah. Right. My walking steps yesterday in the end was 14,451 steps, which equivalent to 7.2 miles. And today, I think I'm done pretty much for the day, because I'm chafing. You know, when you're chafing, it's not nice. And today, I have done 10,296 steps. 10,296 steps. So I think I'm going to call it a day there. I might do a little bit more, but my problem is, yeah, I'm chafing. In all the wrong places. You know what I mean? Hello, Dave Hamburger. How are you? Cheese is. Good job, Dill. I love a cheese toasty. Love it, Dave. Ham, cheese, and tomato. Or you grill it in a pan. You can grill it in a pan as well, but it has to be butter on both sides. I mean, so it gets the glaze on it. You know, I've not had a cheese toasty for ages. So yeah. I'm thirsty. That was my first sip of water today, and then my coffee. I've been sipping on it. I love grilled cheese as well, Spacey Stacey. Love it. I used to be addicted to it. When I was a child, I used to have it every Monday night. Grilled cheese. Sorry. Sarah P. Erin Hack. What's the word, Big Bird? Not much today. Just waiting for the court to start. It's starting in 8 minutes, I believe. Dylan's good to have a break day between, or it will get like a chore and it's hot out there today. Yeah, well, I've done 10,000 steps, but does it? If people didn't see that, I have done. I went out twice today to walk because it was hot. But yeah, just 10,296 steps today. And yesterday was 14,451. So I have done 10,000 today. So I think it's about 26 miles I've done so far, and the target is 100 miles. So I'm going to go easy on myself, for me. I'm going to go easy myself. Velveeta grilled cheese. What's a Velveeta grilled cheese, Dave? I don't. But Dave, you're a cheesehead. You're a go, go. But yeah. So the volume is on. I can hear them, but there's nothing in court. Look. Hello, Rhonda. Judging in court. Oh, he's not starting, but he's there. You don't know what Velveeta is, no.
Hey, I've got a response from Chris.
Let me Google it. I've never heard of Velveeta before. I didn't take you, Katie, because I don't think people are that interested. No, never heard of it, Velveeta before, Dave. It does not look. Yeah, never seen it. Never ever seen that before in my life, Dave. Never heard of it, never seen it before. Right. Hello, Robin G. Hello to you. Hope you're doing well. You've missed nothing. We're just waiting for everything here for the court to start. You've missed nothing. Yeah, that's not a UK thing because I've never heard of it. No, should not go back. There's nothing to. You've missed literally nothing. Zero. I'm interested in the walk. It motivates me, but only if you're up for the company. Sometimes I am, but it's difficult because I like to do it early. You know what I mean? But when you guys are in bed, so it's tough then. So that's the problem. And then when I do it now, it's the court's on, so it's difficult. I did Google it, you muppet. We don't have it here, and it looks disgusting. We don't have it. You guys don't have Velveeta shells and cheese? Nope, never heard of Velveeta. I've never heard of. Nope, it looks absolutely appalling. Absolutely appalling. It looks absolutely disgusting, vile. I'm being honest with you. So, I can't see Josie. Hi, Josie. Good morning, Josie. Josie's not on my thing. Josie's not in my chat. Oh yeah, I'd be snoozing. Yes, that's the problem. Yeah, I can't see Josie. Here she is. Velveeta shells and cheese is so good. I like the idea, but what Dave is telling me, it looks disgusting. I can only see the bucket, obviously. I've never heard of such a thing. Never heard of it. The 3 pouches. Hang on, let me show you this then, whilst we've got time. 3 pouches, $8.75. That is nearly, well, it's $11.77 for 3 of those packaged. Poof. I could get cheese, or other types of cheese sauce for like 3 of them for like $2. Yeah. No, it was a what picture I saw. I love mac and cheese. I've never seen it like that before. Do you know what I mean? I love mac and cheese. And it wasn't that I saw. So um I don't have an option here. I don't have an option. It's StreamYard just gives me this. Do you know what I mean? So if somebody hadn't said that you were here, I wouldn't have known. Well, I would have known because you wrote and I saw you, but I do miss some chats here. Just blocked the land. Love the government cheese. It'd probably be nice, don't get me wrong. But I'm not paying $12 for 3 of them. It's because your government and the EU don't allow cancerous causing processed foods. That's maybe. Here he is. We're not in the EU though, so that's another reason why. Daz, have you had it? Stewie.
Take me anywhere, Judge.
Fingernails on the chalkboard.
That's not it. Yeah, no, but I was going by what Velveeta was, not what it looks like on stuff. Just the Velveeta. That's all. Buy a block and melt it. I don't think we got the cheese yet.
All right, good morning, everybody. Let's get started. Mr. Goebbels, my understanding, there's some matters you wish to bring up for the record.
Yes, sir. I'd like to renew my objection to the material.
Yeah, I don't think we have Velveeta cheese, people.
Actively testifying about them, that we running objection with each witness.
That's granted, it's overruled. You had an
wait, I love
objection
mac and
to
cheese.
certain portions of a video.
Yes, Your
we
Honor,
don't use
but I
Velveeta. Don't know what
believe
the fuck
we
that
have
is.
agreed to redact that portion of the video.
Okay,
And
I
then
didn't know if you wanted to put it in the record or not.
Well, we've agreed to redact a certain portion of the video that deals with the 4.4B or an extraneous offense. My understanding of that agreement is not only will the audio portion, but the video portion as well will be redacted.
That's what I requested the DA to do. And I think they're working on that right now.
They are, and it's not an exhibit, probably even can be reached today, so.
Okay, well, that'll give us. Solemnly swear or affirm testimony given this constitutes the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir, I'll do it, Your Honor.
Rules and effects, so be sure to follow, okay? All right, Carrie, let's go. Better turn this off.
Yes, sir, I'll do it, Your Honor.
Rules and effects. Everyone may be seated. We are waiting on one juror. Okay.
There you go. That's a nice picture, Hippie. Okay, I got subtitles on for Dave. Speed of the trial is going to be at 1.0 for Dave. And anything else you need, Dave? Behave, Dave, behave. So waiting for, because he makes me do that, Katie. Have you not heard, Dave? The amount of whinging and moaning from Dave when he doesn't have his way. If I play a 1.25, Dave gets in a bad mood and he leaves the stream because he gets really arrogant. So I'm just trying to appease him, keep him happy, and that. So just wait for one more juror. Anyone here that's been here for even a week will have heard Dave whinging about something. He's an old man. He's in his 70s. If he's not high, he's okay when he's high, but when he's waiting to get high, he's a pain in the ass. That's a good age, Hippie. What's that in dog years as well? That's a lot in dog years. He's 18 years old. Also, you were known as, I've got it here. I looked at this morning. If you remember, Runce. R-A-N-C-E, Runce, Jonathan. I got Sarah. Sarah's here. Hack. Josie.
Everyone can be seated, thank you.
Murph. And oh shit. Okay. Here we go. We're still waiting then. The judge has left the podium, and we're just waiting now for a late juror who will probably get a bollocking. That's a good question. Oops. That's a good question. Dave, do you go to the dispensary every other day? Just buy more? I think it's probably his wife makes him. Because it's like, right, just get out the house. Just get out the house. I mean, I think she needs a break, you know. I know Dave and Josie are longest in this chat, I think. Yeah, probably. Hey, Marky. No one can replace Bex, don't worry. You're not as bad as Bex. Right, there you go. Oh, they're still in pink.
Okay. Everyone may be seated. Good morning. We are ready to proceed, ladies and gentlemen. This witness has been previously sworn to testify truthfully. Okay, Mr. Stein. Oh, Ms. Dooley.
Here you are. Good morning. Can you go ahead and state and spell your name for the record?
Yes, ma'am. Joshua, Joshua, Espinoza, Espinoza.
And what is your occupation?
I'm a Texas game warden.
Now, what does a Texas game warden do?
So Texas game wardens are state peace officers. We not only enforce hunting, fishing, and water safety related laws, but we also apprehend dangerous criminals and provide public safety to the people of the state of Texas.
Now, are you a commissioned peace officer like our regular police departments?
Yes, ma'am. So I hold the same commission peace officer license as any other peace officer, have the same arrest powers as any other peace officer in the state of Texas.
Now, what type of training does a Texas game warden have?
So Texas game wardens attend a training center near Hamilton, Texas. It's a 8-month academy. We train on the basic peace officer curriculum, everything from arrest, search, and seizure to firearms training to search and rescue training, boat operation training, quite a bit of extensive training.
And what is a game warden's role in a search and rescue type of situation?
So Texas game wardens often lead in search and rescue operations across the state, from major events, from hurricanes, flooding occurrences. We actually have a dedicated search and rescue team.
And are you part of this search and rescue team?
Yes, ma'am. I've been a member of the Texas game warden search and rescue team for 10 years now.
And so have you done a variety of search and rescues as part of this team?
Yes, ma'am. I've done quite a few search and rescues, body recoveries, and victim rescues.
And tell us, I guess, just generally, what are these usually coming from?
So one of the very first events that I responded to was Hurricane Harvey, Harris County, providing victim rescues and that. And then most recently, the Kerrville floods, the devastating July 4th floods.
So are these mostly, I guess, accident-based or?
Yes, ma'am, accident-based.
Now, what areas do game wardens work? Do you have a certain district, a certain area?
So we're assigned by county, but we have statewide jurisdiction.
And so is Wise County part of your area?
Yes, ma'am, it is part of my district.
Now, at some point were you requested, you personally and the game wardens in general, to assist on the missing person search for Athena Strand?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. One of the Wise County game wardens was on scene, and also I was contacted by game warden K9 Sergeant Chrissy Thompson with our K9 unit that she was going to be assisting in the search of Athena Strand in Wise County, and I requested permission through my chain of command to assist with the search.
Do you recall what date that was?
It was December 2nd, 2022, approximately 10:26 a.m.
So the search had already been going before you kind of had come to assist?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Okay. And what information were you actually given when you were, I guess, heading to the scene?
That there was a missing child, 7-year-old child of Athena Strand had been missing from a residence in a rural location in Wise County.
And where were you asked to, I guess, report?
I was asked to report to Athena's residence, which is, I believe, is 268 County Road 3573 near Paradise, Texas, a rural area.
And when you arrived, what did you see?
There was multiple agencies looking in the bar ditch, looking in the wooded areas around. I actually ran across 2 Fort Worth police officers and assisted them in searching a heavily wooded area after getting permission from the landowner.
So at this time, you were mostly searching still in and around the victim's residence?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
At some point, were you contacted by a Texas Ranger?
Yes, ma'am. While I was at the residence, I was contacted by the Texas Ranger.
Was this still on December 2nd of 22?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
And have you worked with the Texas Rangers in any type of prior investigations?
Yes, ma'am, and we frequently work with the Texas Rangers and other agencies in assisting.
And do you recall which Texas Ranger specifically called you that day?
Yes, ma'am. Texas Ranger Job Espinoza.
Now, recognize that those 2 last names are the same.
Yes, ma'am.
Any relation?
Yes, ma'am. He's my big brother.
Okay. Do you recall if you've actually ever worked with your brother before?
I don't recall if I have. I'm sure we might have crossed paths at some point.
And on this specific case, though, was Texas Ranger Espinoza, was he the lead investigator on this?
Yes, ma'am. He was the lead investigator.
So although he didn't bring you out to scene, he did contact you for assistance at some point?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
Okay. And when he called you, what did he ask you to do?
So when he called me, myself, and Game Warden Casey Pentecost, Wise County Game Warden, and Game Warden Chrissy Thompson were at the residence standing by. And when he called me, he said he needed me to find a FedEx truck and gave me an address and informed me that a FBI agent was following a FedEx truck and that I needed to respond and detain the suspect because he would potentially abducted or kidnapped Athena Strand.
And so at this point, who all was with you heading to this address that the ranger provided you?
So myself, Game Warden Casey Pentecost, Game Warden Sergeant Chrissy Thompson, we all were in separate vehicles and we're en route to that address of, I believe it was Bethel Road was the initial address that was provided.
And at some point, did that address change?
Yes, ma'am, it did.
And do you recall what the address changed to?
So Wise County Communications came over the radio and notified of an address on the corner of Hope and Faith Trail.
To your knowledge, were they getting information from the FBI that updated that address?
I was unaware where that information was coming from. I believed it was from the FBI.
Now, where were you, or did you eventually locate the suspect?
Yes, ma'am, I did eventually.
Approximately where were you at?
I was at a residence at the corner of Hope Trail and Faith Trail near Paradise.
Now, at this time, were you in a marked unit?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you have your lights on?
Yes, ma'am. I had my red and blue emergency lights on.
Now, when you saw the FedEx truck, can you just tell the jury what happened?
When I saw the FedEx truck exiting the driveway, I pulled my patrol truck in front of the FedEx truck with my lights activated, my red and blues, and I got out and performed a felony stop with my pistol drawn due to the gravity of the situation of it being a kidnapping treated as a felony stop. Ordered the suspect to put his hands up and face away from me and place him in handcuffs.
And was there any other law enforcement with you at that time?
Yes, ma'am. Wise County Sheriff's Office deputies were on scene as well.
Do you see the person in the courtroom today that you detained on December 2nd of 2022?
Yes, ma'am, I do. He's sitting right over there wearing blue slacks and a blue jean shirt.
Your Honor, let the record reflect that the witness did point to the defendant.
Record, so reflect.
Now, at this time, you and the Wise County Sheriff's Office have handcuffed the suspect. What else did you do at that point?
So I conducted a pat down frisk for weapons of the suspect, and once I was sure that there was no weapons, I reached in his pocket and retrieved his wallet and pulled out his identification to positively ID the suspect.
And what did you do with that identification or driver's license?
With that driver's license, I radioed it over to Wise County Communications Dispatch that he was detained, that driver's license was the individual that was detained.
And why do you guys do that?
It's a matter of keeping a log with our dispatch.
Once that part is done, at any point did you notify Texas Ranger Espinosa that you had found the suspect?
Yes, ma'am. I called Texas Ranger Joe Espinosa via cell phone.
And did he arrive on scene?
Yes, ma'am.
Once Ranger Espinosa and whomever he was with arrived on scene, what did you do at that point?
Once he arrived on scene, Ranger Espinosa told me that he had left in such a haste and requested that I hand over my body camera because he had forgotten his recording device.
So he took his brother's body camera?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. At this point, did you essentially transfer custody of the suspect, Ranger Espinosa?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
We talked a little bit about this body camera.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you wearing a body camera the entire time that you were with the suspect?
Yes, ma'am.
And does your body camera record both audio and video?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you activate your body camera prior to meeting the suspect?
Yes, ma'am.
And have you had the opportunity to review that body camera footage?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 34. Do you recognize this?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that?
It's my body cam video on a flash drive with my initials.
And this is the same footage that you have reviewed?
Yes, ma'am. That's
And
correct.
Does it fairly and accurately depict the events where you detained the suspect?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
Your Honor, at this time, the state offers into evidence State's Exhibit number 34 that's previously been provided to the defense discovery.
Any objections other than those previously tendered to the court?
No, Your Honor.
Those objections remain overruled and State's Exhibit 34 is admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, may I publish the video?
Yes, ma'am.
Josh, this will knows. I'm going to ask you one quick question while there's no sound. Can you explain why there is no sound right now?
So the reason there's no sound is when the body camera is on It has a 2-minute pre-record where it records only video and no audio, but once you hit record, it actually picks up the audio as well.
And so right now what we're seeing is you driving, and I guess, what is that you're looking at?
That is my cell phone. I'm using Google Maps to find the location.
Thank you.
That's it right there. Step out. Step out. Step out. Step out. Keep your hands up. Step out. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Face away from me. Face away from me. I smell marijuana. That's what we got. What is this? What you got in your pocket? Keys? Tanner? Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. $64.17 Watts County. I got a DL for the one in custody. It's going to be Texas DL 26698029. Last name's going to be Horner. Good one. Yeah. Smell like weed, strong. Yeah, when he rolled out of the van. I didn't think he was going to stop. My brother said that's all the FedEx truck to take it down. He's like, take it down. So, let me call him. Okay. Yeah, we got him.
Gilbert Espinosa, in the background, you faintly heard somebody yelling for Athena. Were you able to look in the truck for Athena?
No, ma'am. My concern was officer safety, making sure the suspect didn't have any weapons. There was Wise County deputies that actually made entry into the truck and looked around for Athena.
And was Athena Strand found in that truck?
No, ma'am.
We spoke earlier about you handing over the body camera to your brother Ranger Espinosa.
Yes, ma'am.
On that video, when you handed the body camera over, will it show you on that body camera footage?
Yes, ma'am.
And why is that?
Because of the 2-minute pre-record, it catches me taking off the body camera and catches me on video.
And will that body camera footage show, I guess probably your name on the body camera footage?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Other than handing the body camera over to Ranger Espinosa, did he have full control over that body camera as soon as you handed it to him?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 35. And do you recognize this?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that?
That's going to be my body camera video that Ranger Espinosa took.
And as far as your portion where you're handing the body camera off, does it fairly and accurately depict your role in that?
Yes, ma'am.
And then at that point, Ranger Espinosa is the one on this video.
Yes, ma'am.
Once Ranger Espinosa takes custody of the suspect, did you have any additional role in the search for Athena Strand?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you do?
Continue to search, was provided with a location. The best way I could describe it was a bamboo forest. We were tasked with taking the canine to that location to search for Athena, but we're unsuccessful in searching that area and locating Athena.
So Athena Strand was not found in the bamboo forest.
No, ma'am.
Were you sent to a different location at some point?
Yes, ma'am. I was provided, I don't recall how I was provided the location, possibly the sheriff's office of Bobo's Crossing on the Trinity River. And we went to that location, but due to the nightfall and traffic conditions roadside, we decided it was unsafe to run the canine on that location.
And you talked about canine. Was this your canine?
It's Texas Parks and Wildlife Department game warden canine that's assigned to Texas Game Warden Sergeant Chrissy Thompson. It's her canine.
And you were with her on that scene?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
At that time, who all was there with you? And it was just you and the canine unit, and who else?
As well as Game Warden Casey Pentecost, Wise County Game Warden, and several other officers from the Wise County Sheriff's Office.
At some point, did Ranger Espinosa and anybody else show up?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you tell us about that?
Ranger Espinosa showed up with Mr. Horner, and Mr. Horner was able to inform Ranger Espinosa where he had put Athena.
And was Athena Strand found at Bobo's Crossing?
Yes, ma'am, she was.
And were you there when her body was recovered?
Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned earlier that you've been a part of many body recoveries.
Yes, ma'am.
Was this different?
It was completely different because this was murder and not just an accident.
Thank you. Judge, I'll pass this.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Officer Espinosa.
Yes, sir.
Just a couple follow-up questions. My name is Steve Goble. I'm one of the defense attorneys for Tanner Horn.
Yes, sir.
You testified that you are trained in felony stops
Yes, sir.
and you're trained in detaining suspects.
Yes, sir.
And you detained Tanner without incident.
Yes, sir.
And he did not resist.
Yes, sir. He did not resist.
And no, was not charged with anything like that for detention.
No, sir.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Redirect.
Another further, Judge?
May Warden Espinosa be excused subject to any potential recall.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Who do you have next?
Texas Ranger Joe Espinosa.
Does my audio work as I'm walking? I'm about to go back inside now, but I just thought I'd break the silence for a second and to check if you guys can hear my audio or not. Uh, here we go. Thank you, Bex.
Good morning.
Morning.
Remind you that you were still under oath on previous testimony.
Yes, sir, Judge.
This is what witnesses you previously sworn to testify truthfully. Mr. State.
Thank you, Ron. Ranger Espinosa, we just heard from, your little brother. And
Yes, sir.
how many Espinosas are there?
There's two older and two younger, and I'm the middle one.
You're the middle?
Five total. Yes, sir.
It's a middle child.
Yes, sir.
Well, it looks to me that we're gonna be chatting with you a little bit over the next day and possibly tomorrow. Would you do us a favor, introduce yourself to the jury with your first and last name, and then give us a short summary of your law enforcement training up to today?
Good morning, everybody. Job Espinoza, J-O-B, just like in the good book. I've been in law enforcement for going on 19 years. Started in 2007 with the Grand Police Department, then worked with the Pelham County Sheriff's Office as a patrol deputy, and then worked on a narcotics and major crimes task force until 2015. Then I was hired by Texas DPS as a state trooper, and I was stationed in Mission, Texas, on the Texas-Mexico border, primarily assigned to Operation Secure Texas for 2 years. I was able to transfer and get back home and spent the next 2 years in Mineral Wells as a state trooper there. And then in January of 2020, I promoted to the Texas Rangers in Company C, the Panhandle, stationed in Childress with the headquarters in Amarillo. In 2022, I transferred to Wise County, where I stayed until 2024. And I then transferred to Parker, Palo Pinto County, still under Company B. And now here we are.
So from DPS Academy to Ranger in 5 years.
Right at 4, yes, sir.
And when did you say you got promoted and made Ranger?
January of 20.
COVID Ranger.
Yes, sir.
Now, you talked a little bit about some of the other cases you worked. You said you worked major crimes, things of that nature. Have you ever worked any homicide cases prior to the time you made Ranger?
Yes, sir, I had.
And then since you made Ranger in January 2020, have you similarly worked homicide cases?
Yes, I've been involved in major crimes, unfortunately, all over the state of Texas, even in my tenure as a patrol officer to a state trooper. And then obviously our primary function as Texas Rangers is to investigate major crimes, which would be homicides, ag assaults, robberies, bank robberies, kidnappings, sexual assaults.
And I've often referred to the Texas Rangers, and I've heard them referred as an assisting agency. Is that an accurate description?
Yes, sir. It is. We're here to obviously serve the great state of Texas and support our local agencies in any form or fashion. We just come in and we are an extension of that office, working for that community or wherever community we get tasked to go to.
And for what we're here for today with regard to Athena Strand, was that your capacity at that point, is to come in as an assisting agency with the Wise County Sheriff's Office and the FBI and other agencies?
Absolutely. Just there to provide all the resources we could on a missing child.
And let me, just to get an idea, you mentioned the word resources. Are there things that that your company and the Texas Rangers can bring that the sheriff's offices in rural America may not be able to bring to bear?
Yes, sir. Yeah, sometimes it's just a matter of funding for investigations, expertise in crime scene, maybe facilitating a trip to another location, out of state, contacting. The famous saying is, if you know one ranger, you know all the rangers, which means we're connected all throughout 254 counties in the great state of Texas. And we also have contacts all over the nation, so we can tap into those resources and contacts for those local agencies we're supporting at the time.
Okay, we're in Texas, you gotta slow down.
Yes, sir. Did she give me the look and I missed it?
You gotta keep full forward happy.
Also, as a ranger, it sounds like what you're talking about is stuff involving criminal investigations. Do y'all assist in other types of occurrences, for example, major disasters, missing persons, rescue operations, potentially SWAT operations, things like that? Do y'all also help out with that as well?
Yes, sir, we do. So we have a special operations group. We also have which is our SRT, special operations group that does most of the felony warrants for local agencies. Like I said before, search and rescue stuff we can tap into, aircraft, and we have dive teams at our disposal. We have a lot of different resources that can supplement our communities.
And that's something that would you say that most rural sheriff's offices, they don't have helicopters and dive teams and things of that nature?
Not too many around this part of the world, no, sir.
And that's where you guys come in.
Yes, sir.
And in this particular case that we're talking about today, what was your role overall in the investigation into the abduction and murder of Athena Strand?
Initially, it was just that missing 7-year-old little girl. Hey, let me get out there. Let me provide resources. Let me see if I can't call our partners in Fort Worth first for a helicopter. Let me see if I can get some troopers on scene. Let's find her. It's cold. It's late. That was just the initial response that I had.
And then at some point, and I'm just trying to make sure, are you the lead ranger in the entirety of this investigation?
Yes, sir, I am.
And so in that capacity, would you say that most things that are going on with this investigation are coming through you in some capacity?
Yes, sir. Yes. So basically, the way that works is when we come in and we're working with that agency, especially when it's something to this gravity or a big scene, we form a command post. And then when I tap into those resources, I delegate out essentially tasks. If I call in a resource, you're going to be given a task or a job or a duty, and then nothing gets done without getting phoned back to the command post. So there's nothing that went on in this investigation that I didn't have a, good idea of what was happening or directed that to happen.
So we just heard from little brother, and he indicated that.
Objection, Your Honor. He is informing a witness what another witness had testified to.
Sustained.
With regard to your little brother, you mentioned that you give people tasks and things. Now, did you give your little brother a task in this particular case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what was that task?
On that particular day, my brother happened to be one of the closest marked units to the area where the FedEx van was located, and the driver, and I needed the driver detained. So I directed him to that location to detain that driver.
So when you're talking about these tasks you're handing out, is that an example of one of those tasks?
Yes, sir, it is.
Now, let's talk. I'm going to take you to November 30th, 2022. It's been a couple of years.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember when you first got notified that there was a child missing in Wise County? Do you remember when that was?
Yes, sir, I do.
Tell us about that.
I just actually got home from a training. It was pretty late at night, and I have, as the ranger for any area, I get notifications on my phone, state phone, which essentially says exigent things going on in the county. The notification on my phone was that there was a missing 7-year-old child. I contacted Wise County Dispatch and say, hey, what's going on with this? It's like, oh, they're saying this little girl wandered off from home and she's missing. So I then contacted the on-call investigator. I said, hey, what can I do to help? And he said, that she's wandered off before. Maybe we can find her quick. I said, well, it's really, really cold tonight. I'm a father, and this is my county. Let's find her quick. I don't want her to be cold. I don't want her to be lost. I'm going to come out and I'm going to provide resources.
And we've talked a little bit about resources that you might have available. So in this particular case, at that particular time, when you first get that call, what resources do you call in at that point to assist in locating little Athena?
So I was advised by the sheriff's office. They had reached out to the local fire departments. I tried to contact our helicopter at the time. They were unavailable, so we contacted Fort Worth PD's helicopter. And then I got every trooper that was working in the area to respond, just add more bodies to help look for her. And then contacted and put other rangers on standby just in case it was a prolonged incident, and went to the next day.
Did it end up going to the next day?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to split this up a little bit so we can stay focused on what happens on each day. Okay, so I'm going to stay on November 30th, 2022. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So on that day, she went missing. You told us that your role at that point, you were getting additional resources.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay. And it would to include helicopter and manpower. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, let me just ask you, did you yourself go to the scene where Athena went missing?
Yes, sir, I did.
And once you get there, what do you, I guess, inside, what are you kind of hoping is going to happen when you get on scene?
My initial thought to the response would be that we would quickly locate Athena with the resources provided, and then we would hopefully all go home and get warm.
But when that didn't happen, and do you have any training experience being a ranger in missing persons?
Yes, sir, I did.
And let me just ask you, based on that training and experience, if a child is not located quickly, who are the most likely suspects in that?
It's usually family.
And is that was your thought in this case when Athena was not found quickly?
Yes, sir.
Now, this location, do you remember the address?
Yes, sir. The exact physical address was in Cottondale. I have to reflect to my report to give you the actual numbers.
I told you it was on County Road 3573. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir. 268 County Road 3573.
And so you're there, you're on scene. Do you remember what time you got physically on scene?
I don't recall. It wasn't too long after she went missing.
Okay. And so I'm going to stay on that day there. You're getting resources. When it comes to parents and interviews, what are you doing in that aspect?
So my immediate thought is let's go ahead and lock everybody in on a statement and try to corroborate that statement with digital evidence, which would be cell phones, text messages. And my goal is to lock everybody in that night, especially the people that were in close proximity to Athena on that time. So that's what I started doing on scene.
And who all did you interview out of the family?
I interviewed Ashley Strand. I interviewed Maitland Gandy. I interviewed Jacob Strand. I interviewed Mark Strand. I interviewed Zach Strand. Just interviewed all the immediate people. Zach Strand's wife, I can't recall her name off the top of my head. A lot of folks.
And are you doing that then on scene when you arrive?
Yes, sir.
And so you interview all of those people. And let me just ask you, was there ever any evidence that a family member was somehow a part of Athena going missing?
No, sir.
Was there any other evidence that anybody else other than Tanner Horner was involved in her going missing?
No, sir.
And let me just get you to that point here. How did you go about making that particular conclusion?
During the course of my interviews, specifically with Athena Strand, one of the things that really stuck out to me as an investigator is that I had essentially locked everybody in. Corroborator was that. The only thing that kind of stood out, and stood out to her too, was that a package was delivered right around the time.
Objection, Your Honor, that's hearsay.
Over.
That a package was delivered around the time Athena went missing. So that's somebody that could have potentially seen something, witnessed something with Athena. So that immediately went into my notes as something that we needed to look at.
And as far as that lead with regard to the package that was delivered, did you begin working that on that first day, that November 30th, or at some time after that?
Yes, sir. At that point, we're going on to the next morning. Sun hasn't come up yet, but we need to start moving more resources. In my gut, I just knew we needed to shift this a different direction, which is that somebody had taken Athena. So I reached out to more resources.
And when you say more resources, let me, you said it's early in the morning. Would that be the next day, December 1st?
Yes, sir.
And at this point, have you been working steadily since you arrived on scene all the way until the sun rises the next morning?
Yes, sir.
What is going on with the search from the time that those resources arrived all the way until the sun rises that next morning, December 1st?
We're still looking. Nothing's really changed other than I'm bringing in more resources.
Is the helicopter still in the air?
Yes, sir.
Are the search people still doing search things?
Yes, sir.
So we talked about this package, okay? And who are you working with on running down that lead on that package? Who are you working with?
So the next morning, just to elaborate on that, I called United States Marshal Service, DPS CID, the FBI CAS team. I got additional troopers. I got additional rangers, and I also got our special operations group rangers to respond to the scene. And as I delegated the tasks, I was informed that there was FBI agents in Fort Worth that could be tasked with identifying who delivered the package to the residents. And my main objective was like, who delivered it? What did they see?
And that's what I was going to ask you next is, what kinds of information were you looking for from those assets that you brought in?
So again, like I said before, everybody was tasked, different tasks. The United States Marshal Service and DPS CID were tasked with a canvas, which would be essentially canvassing all the houses, registered sex offenders, anybody in the area. Troopers were tasked with the same thing. Texas Parks and Wildlife was tasked with water resources and canine resources. And the FBI was tasked with the digital evidence, and then that evidence on that package, or just essentially identifying where it came from, who delivered it, and what they saw.
And is that the kind of questions you were asking with regard to this particular package, this box?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who delivered it? When they delivered it, things of that nature?
Yes, sir.
And just, well, why is that important?
More than anything, to me, initially, it was just, it's another set of eyes, right? What did you see? Well, what was there? Is there something that we need to be looking for that we missed? I need to know that from everybody in the area. That's the same thing with the canvases and everything. Is there something I'm missing here? Is there something we're missing? Did somebody see Athena? That's the main thing we're looking for.
So you and the FBI and these other resources are working on this. And were you able to identify through those resources who the company was that had delivered the box to the Strand?
Yes, sir.
Were you also able to identify the person operating the vehicle that delivered the package to the Strand?
Yes, sir.
And again, are those all things that you were going to be relying on at a later date when you continued this investigation?
Yes, sir.
So, can you tell us who the parties were that were involved in the delivery of this box to the Strand?
So we initially found out that FedEx had delivered the package, but there was a company called Big Topspin that essentially contracted for FedEx and hired delivery drivers. And then so that kind of spun into getting hold of Big Topspin to see who actually was the driver that delivered that particular package.
And who was that driver?
Tanner Horner.
Is that the same Tanner Horner sitting in the courtroom to my right at the end of the table?
Yes, sir, it is.
Now, let me ask you, as part of your investigation, do you know who was the first person to contact either in person or by phone Tanner Horner as part of your investigation?
Yes, sir.
And who was that?
Patrick McGuire.
And was he the one working on it from the FBI side?
Yes, sir.
Now, we stop right here. I'm going to ask you, so far, we are now midway through day 2.
Yes, sir.
You said the search is still ongoing.
Yes, sir.
So right now, midway through day 2, what is your investigation revealed at this point with regard to Tanner Horner in this case?
That he was the delivery driver that delivered.
Objection, Your Honor, that is all based on hearsay.
Sustained.
What do you know about the package that was delivered to the Strand?
Objection, Your Honor, that's also based on hearsay.
That's sustained.
So what information are you acting on as part of this investigation to make determinations about the package being delivered to the Strand?
Objection, Your Honor, that's also based on hearsay.
I'll let him answer that. Go ahead.
That essentially a driver from Big Topspin delivered the package as a contract through FedEx.
So when you got that information, what did you think? What was your thoughts about when you got that information about the package?
We've now located who we believed was the delivery driver for that package. So the next course of action was, let's call him up, see what he knows, see what he saw, see what he says.
Now, at that point, you're not part of that. That's the FBI.
Correct.
So what was going on, and not necessarily getting into who told you what, but what was going on in the investigation? You said you contacted this company, Big Topspin?
Yes, sir.
And they're the contractor.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else you're contacting at this time with regard to information from the vehicle?
Yes, sir. At that time, as we moved forward in the investigation, there were some key things that stuck out to me. Particularly, there was the driver, Tanner Horner, had made very detailed statements about a green van. So obviously, we have to act on any information we get. We put out a be on the lookout or a statewide bolo for that green van. We also, at this time, we had transitioned to DPS aircraft. I had them flying nonstop. They were tasked with also locating any green vans in the area. And then we also wanted what we called a stop delivery report for Mr. Horner. And then we were also doing tower dumps in the area to figure out what cellular devices were in the area at the time.
And at some point, did you come to find that there was camera footage possible from the vehicle?
Yes, sir. The first reason I asked for the camera footage is because of the green van. He stated a very detailed description of the green van. I'm like, hey, do they have video? Maybe we can see a license plate on the video of the FedEx van. And then I was advised that FedEx contracted with a company.
Objection, Your Honor, that's hearsay.
Yes, sir.
What was the name of the company that runs the camera system in the FedEx Street?
Velociter,
And do you know where Velociter is located?
North Carolina.
And who is your contact at Velociter?
My contact at Velociter, I have to look back on the notes. to specifically remove.
Okay. Welcome to all of you who have just joined. Please make sure that you like the stream. That would be appreciated. I don't care if you subscribe, so please make sure that you like. If you unsubscribe, then that means you can then chat away if you want.
It's just a case report.
It's just a case report, he says.
One more.
One more thing to discuss. I'm fiddling. It's quite loud.
All right, raise your hand. Who's your contact at Velocity?
Jim Becker.
And again, what is their role in this particular investigation?
They essentially provide the camera software for all FedEx trucks.
And during this investigation, I've asked you before about certain things you're relying on in your investigation. Was Veloster able to provide you anything that you were able to rely on in conducting your investigation?
Yes, sir. Jim Becker, with the assistance of the FBI, was able to provide us a video from the FedEx truck.
And let me just ask you, how much video were you able to acquire at that time?
At that time, it was just 2 short clips.
You remember when you got those?
Yes, sir. As the investigation had shifted and we were in the process of detaining Mr. Horner, we received those simultaneously.
So, and that happened on December 2nd.
Correct, yes, sir.
So still back on December 1st, you've indicated at this point in time, you've got the FBI working on some things. You're working on some things, trying to get video clips. Is that what we're doing so far?
Yes, sir.
And you said we have identified Tanner Horner as a driver at that time.
Yes, sir.
So as the sun sets on December 1st, what's the status of the search at that time?
It's continued. We still have every resource available going. Everybody's still looking, and we still have aircraft looking as well.
At any point up until the time we're talking about the end of the day, December 1st, has that search ever been discontinued?
No, sir.
Helicopter still going?
Yes, sir.
Search team still in the air?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna move you to day 3. Okay. December 2nd. As the sun rises on day 3, December 2nd, 2022, where were you in the investigation into Tanner Horner?
We figured out and locked in the majority of the people we needed to speak to, which were bus drivers, school teachers, neighbors, canvassed everything we could. And there was things that really stuck out about Mr. Horner's statement. So we continued to work on obtaining video, and we continued to obtain more information on his stop delivery report that day and what his route was. And we also had the FBI CAS team working on the digital evidence for the FedEx truck in particular as well.
Now, at some point, was he detained as part of this investigation?
Yes, sir.
And what did you rely on to detain him, question him in this investigation?
One thing we figured out through the CAS team of the digital evidence, it showed.
Objection, Your Honor, that's hearsay.
Sustained.
What information did you act on in making the decision to detain Tanner Horner?
It was a combination.
Your Honor, that's also hearsay.
That's sustained also.
What time was Tanner Horner detained?
Approximately 3 p.m.
Were you involved in making the decision to detain him?
Yes, sir.
And so were you present when he was, at least sometime when he was detained?
I arrived shortly after he was detained.
Let me ask you, do you remember what time you first meet Tanner Horner?
A little after 3 p.m. on December 2nd.
We've already said you see him here in the courtroom. Does he look the same as he did when you first saw him back in November of 2022?
No, sir. He's significantly skinnier, lost a lot of weight.
So once you have him detained, what do you do?
I talked to him.
Okay. You said you had gotten video clips.
Yes, sir.
What'd you see?
I saw that Athena was still alive and that she was placed in that FedEx van by Mr. Horner. And based on what I was seeing, it was exigent. And I felt there's a possibility that Athena was still alive and we needed to bring her home.
And according to what you witnessed, when did he take her and put her in the back of the truck?
On November 30th.
Now, let's talk about these two trucks and clear something up here. The truck that he was detained in on December 2nd, is that the same truck that he put her in on November 30th?
No, sir, it was not.
And were we able to acquire and locate the original truck that he was in on November 30th?
Yes, sir. As part of my investigation, we secured the original truck he was driving that day and had it secured at the Wise County Sheriff's Office.
Okay. The truck that he was driving that day, are you aware, and I'm just going to do this by license plate, are you aware of the license plate on the truck that he was in on November 30th?
Yes, sir. I have it documented as Nora Robert 4995, or that's NNR 4995.
And that's the truck that he was in on November 30th.
Yes, sir. That's the van that we identified that he was driving on the day that Athena was abducted.
So to keep this straight, now we have two vehicles at play here.
Yes,
Is
sir.
that correct?
Yes, sir.
And we have the vehicle that she was abducted in on November 30th. And then we have the vehicle that he was detained in on December 2nd.
Correct. Yes, sir.
And I know you didn't conduct any of the CSI work on any of those vehicles, did you?
No, sir.
But did you make provisions to ensure that both of those vehicles were taken and placed in such a position that they could be forensically looked at and have CSI look at them at a later date?
Yes, sir. I made sure they were secured for processing.
And the other vehicle, the one that Athena was taken in, where was that at the time?
We had been in contact with Big Topspin, who told us that it was being operated by another driver at the time. So we instructed them that it was important that we get a hold of that vehicle and that it be brought to the Wise County Sheriff's Office.
And was that done at that time?
Yes, sir, it was.
Now, so now we have him being detained. You're making revolutions to get both the vehicles to the sheriff's office, correct?
Yes, sir.
You did say that you talked to him. We're going to get to that in a second. What else is going on in your investigation at the time that he is detained?
Again, at the time, based on the video that I saw, I believed Athena was alive. And under exigent circumstances in public safety, I had our special operations group, SWAT team, essentially, make entry into the Horner residence under exigency simultaneously as Mr. Horner was being detained, and pretty much let me know if she's in there or not. Same thing with the detention of him, is let me know if she's in the truck.
You used a term there, exigent circumstances. In law enforcement terms, what does that mean?
Exigent circumstances is anything for public safety. It can be even in reference to a weapon, a bomb, or in this case, a kidnapping. If it means preservation of life, it allows us to go in there and make sure that somebody isn't in danger, and that if we can effectively save them, that's what we're going to do.
And so does that allow you to detain people in furtherance of preservation of life?
Yes, sir.
Does it allow you to potentially enter a residence in the interest of preserving life?
Yes, sir.
And were both of those done in this case?
Yes, sir.
And with regard to entering a home during that time, whose home was entered and searched at that time?
It was Tanner Horner's family home, where his grandmother and family resided.
Where is that located, if you remember?
In Fort Worth.
And so you said that happened at the same time that he was detained.
Yes, sir.
That seemed to be something that's important to you, that we do it at the same time. Why is that important?
Based on my training experience, especially with kidnapping cases, if you hit something, or by hit, I mean, if you make entry into something sooner, and somebody there can give a heads up if she's not there in that house, and then it puts that person in danger. So we have to do it simultaneously, so nobody's forewarned, and we can keep any phone calls from going out, because ultimately it's about preserving life.
So in this case, both the detention and the search of his home in Lake Worth, were those both done on that basis?
Yes, sir.
Now, with regard to the truck, was Athena located in the truck?
No, sir.
With regard to the Tanner Horner's home in Lake Worth, was Athena located there?
No, sir.
So at this point, if we press pause right here, we have Tanner Horner detained. We have not located Athena.
Yes, sir.
So at this point, what are you hoping for at this point if we stop right here?
Objection or irrelevance?
Overruled. I'm hoping to find Athena alive.
Now, you said as part of this, you arrive on scene and you talk to Tanner Horner.
Yes, sir.
Was all of this recorded?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How was it recorded?
At that time, based on the fact that I'd be conducting an interview or speaking to a possible defendant, I acquired Game Warden Espinosa's body camera. That way, everything would be documented on audio and video.
You reviewed this body cam footage?
I have.
And let me make sure, because we're gonna have a few videos here. You have body cam footage on your brother's body cam that you took on scene, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, it's my understanding we also have additional videos from the Wise County Jail and then outside the Wise County Jail as well. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And so let me make sure that I have these videos correct in my head here. We have video of the body cam, and that takes us from, and I just want generally here, from the scene, and when does that one end?
To the interview room at the sheriff's office.
Okay. And then the next video would begin
In the interview room.
in the interview room and go until when?
Then it picks up from the interview room into another body camera. Wise County Sheriff's Office got a camera to a field interview.
And then the next video would be from when to when?
The next video would be from the field back to the interview room.
Okay. And then at some point, did you have another interview on December 7th?
Yes, sir. Then there was another interview with Mr. Horner on December 7th.
Okay. So that's the videos that you're talking about here.
Yes, sir.
And have you reviewed all of those in preparation for testifying in this case?
Yes, sir, I have.
Let's take you back. You've got Tanner Horner detained, Sunset Paradise. What's the first question you ask?
Where's she at?
What's the second question you ask?
Is she alive?
Let's talk about Tanner Horner's answer to the first question. Where's she at? What does Tanner Horner tell you when you ask him where's she at?
I can show you.
When it comes to the second question, is she alive? What is his answer to you?
That she wasn't alive when he put her in the truck. Was not alive.
Now, at that point in time, what do you know about the answer to that question, is she alive?
I knew that. I didn't know if she was alive or not.
You said you'd seen a clip on that day with her alive in the vehicle.
Yes, sir. I believed she was alive and based on that clip.
But when the answer to the question is, she wasn't alive when I put her in the truck, what do you know about the answer that Tanner Horner gave you at that time?
I immediately knew that was a lie.
Because you'd seen it on the clip.
Yes, sir.
Now, in the first few moments, are you asking him any questions about what happened?
No, sir.
Why not?
That's not part of the public safety exception. The courts have ruled very clearly it's in furtherance of finding and preserving life, not questions on details of the case. At one point, he tries to say details and I stop him.
What did Tanner Horner volunteer to you without questioning had happened in that case? That happened in this case?
That she was deceased and that he had transported her to a location with a lot of bamboo.
Let me back up a little bit. What, if anything, did Tanner Horner tell you about what caused her to be deceased?
That he backed into her with his van.
Now, when he says to you that he backed into her with the van, what do you know about that statement as well?
I know that's not factual because based on the two clips that I saw, you can clearly see Mr. Horner putting Athena into the van.
But that's just not true.
No, sir.
So, got Mr. Horner detained, you're on scene, what do you do next?
We get in the vehicle along with Investigator Oliver and Ranger Briley, and we in turn have him direct us to the location where he put Athena, or stated he had placed Athena.
Now let me ask you a couple of questions about that. Who's driving?
Investigator Oliver.
Okay. And where are you sitting and where is Mr. Horner sitting?
I'm sitting in the back with Mr. Horner.
And you said you end up at a location. You said there's some bamboo there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, who is giving you the directions on how to get from where you are to where this bamboo is?
Mr. Horner.
And when he's giving you the directions, what level of detail is he able to provide you to guide you from your location where you are to the bamboo?
Descriptive turn-by-turn instructions on how to get there.
So is he able to tell you what roads to take?
Yes, sir.
Is he able to tell you what turns to make?
Yes, sir.
And he's able to tell you where he placed her body?
Yes, sir.
Now let's talk a little bit about this location. How long does it take you to get from where you detained him until you get to this location where he says he dropped the body?
I'd have to guess, but approximately 15 minutes.
Didn't take you an hour to drive there.
No, sir.
All right. Is it still in Wise County?
Yes, sir.
So this location, and I want you to describe it a little bit, if you will, for the jury, where Tanner Horner took you to this location. You drive up, what do you see?
We drive up, and on what appears to be the north side of the road is a heavily bambooed area, very, very thick with bamboo. And he indicates that that's where he placed Athena.
All right. When we say bamboo, are we talking like 10 feet tall, 3 feet tall? What are we talking about here?
It was 10 feet tall or more.
Okay. And so you arrive on this location. What has Tanner Horner told you about why this location is important to him? What has he told you?
He stated that somewhere where somebody might be able to find her.
Okay. And so is he able to give you a description of how far in the bamboo, how close to the road? Is he able to describe the exact point at which he placed her body?
Yes, sir.
And what was that?
He stated at this time he's kind of giving us instruction as I'm walking him, and he's pointing out a location in the bamboo, and he's stating that it was not too much further in there. It just essentially giving me an idea of where she was at in the bamboo.
So once you're there, what does law enforcement do once you get there?
At that time, we'd also been in communication with K9 additional resources because I wanted to search that entire area.
Did you do that?
Yes, sir.
And at any point in this, when you back up, strike that, when you get to this location, what are your impressions of this location?
At that time, I felt like I was being lied to again and that she was not there.
And based on your observations of this location on this road, why is that?
Yeah, just the amount of resources we had, especially with K9 resources and everything, it would, in my prior experience, we look, especially if we're being directed to that area, we usually find, unfortunately, human remains or humans with the K9 very quickly.
Did that happen in this case?
No, sir.
How far off the road did Tanner Horner tell you he dumped her body?
I don't remember an approximate distance.
Okay. Did he tell you that she was way in there or close to the road? What was his statements to you as to distance from the road or anything like that?
His statements were she was in close proximity to the road, not too far in.
Why did he tell you that that was important?
He stated that was so somebody could find her.
You didn't find her?
No, sir.
So when you're out there searching, are you personally out there searching?
Yes, sir.
And I think you mentioned just a second ago that you had Mr. Horner out of the vehicle and had him pinpointing things to you as well. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And is that when he's telling you where she was, where he put her, so on and so forth?
Yes, sir.
And again, is all of this still recorded on your body?
Yes, sir.
During this time where you've been taken to this location where all the bamboo is, how many times do you think you asked him if this is really where he dumped her?
Numerous.
And each time in this that you ask him that, what is his response to you?
That's the location.
And what level of confidence was he giving you when you're asking these questions?
High level of confidence.
And in fact, was he able to point at some point to where he had put her?
Yes, sir.
Still no Athena?
No, sir.
How long do you think you stayed out there on the side of the road looking in this bamboo forest?
Us personally, I believe we were out there for about 30, 45 minutes.
You said at some point you ended up back at the Wise County Jail, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Why did we go from the bamboo forest back to the Wise County Jail?
At that time, exhausted resources as far as checking the home. We checked both vehicles. We checked, keep in mind, this is day 3 also that we've been searching. At that time, I felt that he was lying to me. And then I needed to take him to a controlled environment and conduct a custodial interview.
And was that based on all that you had seen up until that time?
Correct, yes, sir.
And being out there in the bamboo and looking and not finding anything?
Yes, sir.
And the canine not finding anything?
Yes, sir.
And so when you said you're going to do a custodial interview, what do you do differently now when you decide to take him to the Wise County Jail?
At this time, we're exhausted our public safety and our exigent circumstances. So at this time, I would Mirandize him, make him aware of his rights.
Did you do that in this case?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right, let's stop for 2 minutes. We'll take our morning break at this point. We'll come back at 10:35, 15 minutes, stretch your legs. We'll call you back in just a few minutes.
My big roller. It's tough though. I need to use it. You're right. I don't understand how to use it, but I mean, but you know, I have to use it. Bex is the captain of the Titty Bitty Titty Committee, but I let my friend know. I don't sure what that means, but thank you, Bex. Thank you everyone for the support. Yes, we've been, I showed you earlier on, Josie, this is my walking chart. Yesterday, 14,451 steps. So I got the mileage there as well for since we started. Today I did 5 miles, but I'm struggling a bit today. You know what I mean? Struggling a bit today. I'm trying to do it in bites now because I'm struggling a little bit, but I'm well ahead of schedule. The goal is 100 miles, and I think I'm at 7, 12, 16, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 and a half, 31 miles I've done so far. So no complaints about that. 31 miles, and we're on the 8th day now, and I got to the 30th to do 100. So consistency I'm going for. But yeah, and weight loss as well. So that investigator, yeah, he's a very handsome guy. His brother was, he is. I agree with Josie. Right. Why I've got going? I don't know what you're talking about, Bex. I don't know. I don't look at chat, people. So very rarely do I look at chat. Bex is a B. She's a B cup. Nothing wrong with a B cup. Nothing wrong. Not everyone has a perfect week. No, do you know what? My aim was to do 10,000. I've done 11,000 steps today, so I'm not. It's all good. I'm all gravy, baby. Do you know what I mean? But how is everyone? Bex, you already knew. We all know how fine you are. Yeah. Yeah, Bex is a very good-looking lady. She's got a big mouth, which is a very fortunate, a potty mouth. But yeah. But most of you are good people. Oh, what's happening? I am listening to it. So this guy has been up twice, I believe. So he's going to be back up and down a few times. What's Mark Cunningham saying? Because Sarah P says I'm with you. Sick of work and adulting. Who's with me? Sarah P's with you.
Twinkle, twinkle, little snitch. Mind your own business, you fucking nosy bitch.
That's for most of you in chat, the nosy bitches in chat. Finesse, you've got to say it right, lol. This is why I just leave chat alone, because I don't know what you guys are on about. Dave, that's right, the vein you couldn't look past, lol. Lovely Sarah P and Robin G seems to like that video. I do like it. I'll be honest with you, I do like that video. I do like that video. His brother was the one before him, yes. He was a good looking guy as well. His younger brother was the one that went to find the FedEx bus. That ain't a FedEx bus. There's only one type of bus here around these parts.
Erin Hattree drives a bus, yellow bus, yellow bus. Erin Hattree drives a bus all day long.
And his little brother was the one. Oh, look at him. What are you saying? Up and down. He's got a bit of a beat. Oh, he's telling the camera to be up. Why be so childish, dude? We're not seeing anything. The audio's shut the audio. He says, "Fucking hell, chill out, dude. Fucking hell." Okay, there you go. Right. What was I going to say? And also, his younger brother had to give him his camera, vest camera, because he didn't have one. So the little brother had to give the big brother his vest camera. So there we go. Ooh, English is not my first language. Is it not, Bex? What is your first language then? They must not call women fine over there. Fine. What? What are you women talking about? Didn't let some women load in fully before he sent them down the conveyor belt. Jonathan, behave now. Right, I just read the first line of Bad Dazzers, and I ain't right. I'm not even going past that line. Right, I'm going to move on. Right. Now I'm a little bit like, what are we talking? Why do people keep saying, right, Lady Di did this yesterday. Why do people keep saying class for? Are you in a class or something? You should read Bad Dazzers to the class. What the fuck? You ain't in a fucking class. Bad Dazzers says, the click is just a collection of nerve endings, but you love it when we get on your last nerve. That's very funny, Bad Dazzer. I just read the clip part and I was like, that's what I read. I was like, oh, what's he on about now? That's why I didn't read it. That is funny though. Yeah, don't say that to Rhonda. Rhonda's lovely one. Her and Crystal are two lovely ones here. You rang. I was just asking about class. That's like a group of people. Yes, but why class? I don't get it. The chat is the class. Don't get it. You like pupils? I don't. Maybe it's an American thing. I don't know. Maybe it's an American thing. And I noticed Lady Di called me yesterday. I was like, why the fuck are you taking class for? We're not at school. I mean, if we worked, imagine Bad Dazza was the teacher. Jeepers. Sexification by Bad Dazza. It did. Oops, 3 times a year, and you come in on the clip comment. As if it's school reading to everyone. Yeah. I sort of get it. There's some women with gigantic B. Oh, fuck's sakes. Lady Di, lol. I cannot be explained any better. It cannot be explained any better than that, Lon. You're beyond help. We are special ed class, Lon. Get it straight. Okay, that's more likely, maybe. Lol Bex, you're the teacher. I am not the teacher, people. Fuck no. I would be out. I would fucking resign if I was a teacher of this group. I'm lost, not paying attention, earbuds. I don't blame you, Rhonda. Just ignore the chat. Short bus dropped us off. That's true. Erin Hack dropped you off. This is not a high IQ outfit like my other podcast. Can you imagine, Sarah, PPPP, we would never have recess. You forgot the helmet today, KD. I mean, you tell us we're on the Erin short bus all the time. So, yeah, you are on a short bus. Go to court, not class. Oh, well, I don't know. Whatever. It makes no difference. I just saw Lady Di and people calling this class. I said, why do you call this class? I don't get it. But yeah, I suppose it does make a little bit of sense. Katie and Erin Hack drives a short bus while we lick the windows, yes. Oops, did you see Bad's comment to Rhonda? I believe Lady Di and Sarah P trying to politely calm us down. Yes, let's calm down. Otherwise...
Twinkle, twinkle, little snitch. Mind your own business, you fucking nosy bitch.
So there you go. And if we carry on much longer, ladies...
Hey man, just want to let you know that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. You gotta shut the fuck up. And this current time is just one of those times you gotta shut the fuck up. I don't think you're a bad person. I just don't want to hear you talking anymore. You gotta shut the fuck up.
That's saying that everyone except for Rhonda. I'd never tell Rhonda to shut the fuck up. Never. Everyone else, though, I would, so. The chat is full of bad influence, yes. Twinkle, twinkle. Yeah, it's quite good, Robin G. I don't know where it came from. I got it. Tim sent it to me, so I got it from him yesterday. I'm not sure. It's probably Facebook, somebody he got it from. I don't actually know. Oh, shit. I shouldn't really play it too much because I have to edit it out after every time I fucking play it. I sing this one to myself all the time when I'm tired of listening to something. Oh, I'm not sure it's the best, Mark. I would say it's the most diverse. In the sense of, if you like a small, weird chat, we would probably be, pound for pound, would probably be the best chat. I mean, obviously, you got bigger and whatever chats, but I would say it's a more personable chat. Everyone seems to know each other, and you're all, I would say 99% of you are literally, I mean, I don't know what to explain, but there are some sensible ones here. Do you know what I mean? There are some people I like you, Not many, but there are a few here I do like, Beck's weird. Twerking behind the scenes to those songs. Katie, yes. I've met Rhonda and her husband Chris, and they're lovely people, so I'll always be nice. I've also met Stacey and Robin G, and they're pains in the asses. So, do you know what I mean? Oh, Donna, so you make me sound like a princess, not. No, I wouldn't say you're a princess. I would say that you're a nice person, shall we say? Who the fuck's he talking to? And then we got the streetwalkers, Lady Di, Hippie Chick, Spacey Stacey.
Hippie chick, Lady Di, Spacey Stacey, walking those streets all night. You go, ladies, come and see what's going on now. Let's go, girls.
There you go. Oh, court might be coming back in session because the camera wiggled just a little bit. No, thank you, Rhonda. It was nice to meet you and Chris. Do you know what I mean? Good people. And yes, I do like Robin G and Spacey Stacy and Hippie Chick and all them. I don't like Hippie, but I like Hippie Chick. Right, don't get another row, dude, from pointing the camera down. Lady Di retired from the streets. I just managed those two now, and that's a hard job, let me tell you. I mean, those two are everywhere. They're in every chat. They are flaunting it. They're twerking in every chat. Not Lady Di, Spacey Stacy, and Hippie Chick. Right, I have muted it, but the guy has not put the audio on. Right, dude, you not put the audio on. Hello. Dude, audio, please.
Objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation calls for speculation. Unintelligible. I don't understand.
Now he listens, finally. Now he listens. You and me were meant to be walking street in harmony. Mark is our street pimp. And Mark's everywhere. He's a bit of a whore. He's a bit of a street whore on the YouTube street as well. That's true. Mark likes slinging about. You're right there, actually. Mark is one. He's a bit of a YouTube slut. So we should change it to Marky now then.
Everyone may be seated. 27 years I've been watching juries coming in and out, and it's so fun to see who kind of likes to move around and who likes to sit in the same seat. So we are ready to proceed. Mr. Stain.
Thank you, Ron. Judge Espinoza, we were talking, I think we ended, we have now Mirandized Mr. Horner, and you're heading back to the jail, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And is that also recorded on the body cam that we talked about before?
Yes, sir, it is.
Now, during this time, are you having a conversation with Tanner Horner during this time while he's in the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And just to make sure here, when you're coming back to the jail, is it the same parties that are still in the vehicle?
Yes, sir, it is.
And that would be who still in the vehicle at that time?
The investigator Joseph Oliver and Ranger Danny Briley, myself, and the defendant, Mr. Horner.
Okay. And so during this time, what kinds of questions are you asking him on the ride from this location he took you to back to the jail?
Just asking if he was sure about the location where Athena was, and just kind of recapping what we talked about previously.
At some point, did you ask him any questions about the condition of Athena's body when he dumped it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And at that time, what did he tell you her condition was when he dumped her body?
I believe at that time he stated that she had some bruises on her body.
Okay. What about whether or not she had any clothes on or not?
I believe he gave a clothing description, but I can't remember any other details other than that.
Let me just ask you, when you asked him, did he tell you she was clothed or not clothed when he dumped her?
Not clothed.
Now, again, all of this is recorded here. Were you there at the scene when her body was recovered?
Yes, sir, I was.
And during this time, that you're talking in between the time that you went out there, you got the body cam during this initial conversation. If you remember, what was Tanner Horner concerned about or worried about that he expressed to you at that time?
In which interview you speaking?
In the first interview, the one from when you initially detained him all the way back to the jail, what was he communicating he was worried about?
I don't recall.
Now, during this time, what was Tanner Horner's demeanor during this time when you're coming and questioning him at the roadside and coming back to jail? What was his demeanor?
He was pretty composed for the most part. He was articulate and he continued to speak to me.
You remember when you, at the point at which that you make the decision that I think you said you're not able to find her, this isn't working out. What does Tanner Horner offer to you as a possibility that something had happened to her?
Potentially somebody had picked her up or.
And again, looking into the future, where was she when you were interviewing him at this time?
She was at Bubbles Crossing in the river.
Now, we talked a little bit about whether it was things were audio and video recorded. Judge Rand?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as States 35. Can you tell me what that is and whether or not you've reviewed it?
Yes, sir. This is Joshua Espinoza, the game warden's body camera, and it's labeled Field Interview 1, and it has my initials on it.
And what are those initials tell us?
That I've reviewed it.
And is that true and correct depiction of what you saw and witnessed on that first video we talked about from the detention until you get back to the jail?
Yes, sir.
If we don't just exhibit 35.
Any objections other than those previously given to the court?
No further objections, Your Honor.
Those objections remain overruled and States Exhibits 35 is admitted.
Let me publish, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Listen, where's she at? Nobody else, where's she at? That's the most important thing right now. Come on. Where's she at?
can show you, I've given her what the risk is.
She left? Okay. Let's stop you up there, okay? Let's go on right now.
TB, pass your side. Focus.
All right, brother. Just keep her and we'll worry about the rest later.
Now, 423. Well, I say, there's no way.
How far away are we?
I got it. Sorry, let's just go. You sure you want to read it? 'Cause that's not broken down in the middle. Are you sure it's close? Let's go back here. Listen to me. Now that we have a general idea what you said, all right? Listen, that's the most important part. We're going to make it very rational, all right? You have rights to stop and make a mistake. You mistake, you make him very good use against you in court. You have rights to an attorney, and you have the right to have an attorney present. You can't afford an attorney when you get appointed to you. Do you understand your rights? Okay, you have the right to terminate this interview at any time. You understand your rights? What's the last part? You have the right to terminate this interview at any time. Okay, listen to me. This is the hard part. We're over the hard part, okay? So now with that, the most important part is make sure we're here. We're good? I don't think we do that. Where's she at? That's where you hit her. That's where you hit her? Are you sure? Are we just missing it? You're saying it's right here. This spot. Yes, she gave another spot that was just like this. She could be a little bit further down, but this is where. Well, let's check over here. We're going to drop these spots again. trash can in the mailbox here. Is that good? So, you need to do this one. Good. We just want to make sure we find them. If she's allowed to go somewhere, that's even better. She's not, okay. We'll get into all the details later. Are you sure she's your father, she's in there? My feet. Can you go this far now? Go, really? So where did you go in from this side of the road? And would you say you went like right here? You stay with my feet. Maybe we can get the dog over here. Hey, I'm gonna get you a location. Can we get you and the dog over here? All right, bye. Tell me what we're about. Right there? This big gap right here? Tell you that's about how far she was. Okay. Yeah. So, what she said was there any confusion about where you might have put it? And she's not alive. Okay. Yeah, you know what, let's just go. We're going on either side. It's just kidding. That's all it's important. You understand it? That's all it's important. Trust me. You can trust me. Okay? There's always a reason for everything, right? too many times we get worried, we get all fixated, and, know what happened if the dog was alive, all right? We'll get there, right now is not the time. Right now, let's just get there. That's the very most important thing. Do you agree with me? Okay, perfect. We're just trying to get. Again, I know this is, you need to turn around or anything, you know your rights, your weapons, your FedEx driver rights. You're 100% positive this right here. No ifs, ands, and buts. We'll talk about all that here. Remember, what's important, stay, keep your eye on that, okay? We're staying focused on finding her, okay, that's what's important. Let's find her, and we'll get more, any of that stuff. I'll answer all your questions, I'm sure you have other questions for me too. Right? Yeah, it's just. What? Make a note. Now, if she's right here, we're gonna find her. If you're being truthful with me, you're being honest with me, which I hope you are, we're gonna find her. If you're being 100% honest with me, this is where we're gonna find her. Then we'll just find her, and then me and you are gonna sit down and we're gonna talk, okay? And then we're gonna get all the details and get into some of that, why, as opposed to the what. And then we're gonna get all that, but purpose, and then we'll resolve all that stuff. Then we'll let you start making some phone calls, fiance, whatever you want to do, okay? I promise you that. Yeah, absolutely, yeah, man, that's small picture, right? That's small. We'll get to that. We'll get you that. Time's on our side, we got everything done. Okay? Just be patient with me. This is priority number one. Okay? Thank you for being honest and getting here. Okay? I just learned that. That's it. Just a second, DD. Yep. What's going to be?
You think we'll find her? Did you know we could figure this out?
We didn't figure the entire time I created the income was like, I looked at extra, this is what my career. Like, I have a fucking 1-year-old, if I lose this job, I lose everything at this point. I'm scared, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. How many times have you entered house before?
I honestly just get stuff in the truck and I go, look for something different, like routes every time, most of the time.
Like just to reassure you, honestly, sometimes, you know, people driving this up, they get the confused, you're like, heck, I do it, I don't even know where I'm at. But,
There's stuff here,
okay, so you're 100%, but I'm saying if it doesn't pan out or doesn't work out, we're gonna go through your entire look right here, but I think it will, if you're telling me it is, then I'm gonna take a look for it, okay? Okay. All right, I trust you, we got some resources coming in, I'm gonna be able to find a fashion in this, okay?
He's a good dude. The guy talking to you there. Good dude, man. He tell me straightforward. In case something is that it's not, you know, I think you doing the same with him is probably the most valuable thing you can do. Honestly, just been doing this like 25, 26 years.
Most of my life.
Yeah. Now you'll try to make it. Yeah. That's a normal thing, you know. It's just not something that, I mean, you never set your life on this, so what are you gonna do, you know? Trying to make a living out of it. What areas do you deliver most of the time?
Here, in Springtown. One Springtown house isn't so bad, because it's relatively, I mean, it's high volume and it's kind of, like, I know it pretty well, because I'm faithful. But the other one is like over the, but anyway, this one, then sometimes I'll work in the Goshen area.
The what area?
Goshen.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She should be right there.
Any other comment from any other cartels on this road?
This bridge just goes from 51 to 114.
How far is 114 from here?
About a mile back up.
You scratch face?
No, just that.
Is this kind of 45 knots?
I know visually where I'm at, but I can never remember actual like names on it. So, this is all county road, this, memory numbers.
Well, if the dog get out, the dog get out here, we need the dog go find it. Any injuries on it? Okay. let's say just whatever you have to say, just make sure it's your reality. Does that make sense? It's your reality, your truth. That's probably the most important thing when we're talking to Joe. This was my reality. This is my truth. This is what happened. It's a less exhausting process for you than anything else. I was watching you when Joe walked up the truck and asked you where she at. And your response was really good. Go ahead.
Is it weird that even right now I just want to pet the dog?
No, it's not rude.
Sorry, I deal with dogs a lot. That's,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
You feel like breaking down his disc or something like that?
No, just kind of tossed her in.
Okay.
They're moving way too far back. That's what I'm trying to say is that she wasn't that far in. They're going pretty far back. Like I didn't even get into the game itself. I'd love to know if they're going too far.
Yeah.
Hey, they're going too far. Hey, y'all are going too far. Too far? Yeah. I didn't even get into the game really. Just gonna toss her in.
start looking in this area where we need to go. Seems like this many people have been on here, right?
Maybe it should have been like, easy, just step in a couple steps and find her.
We're good back into it.
I think it's her dad's house, I think they were saying. Pretty dark when you did it? It was pretty dark. Is that where you all did your keys? Like I said, I stopped by this exact little rush area sometimes. I think about pulling them out and just let them walk it. What do you think?
Yeah, man. We come this way. So let's just start like right up here.
Hang on a second, actually. I'll bring that, I'm still running.
Oh, okay. Once we find her, that's a good idea.
And I think that, but we're talking about this, no confusion.
Yeah, no confusion. I mean, he's gone up to 100% on this.
Okay.
He was talking much more. He's back on this side? Okay. And how long ago was that?
So 2 days ago, checking the video. And it was about a time, you remember the time, just figure out how bad it was. 6:37, okay, so since you put it down, it's 6:37. So it starts going down 5:30. It's kind of dusty. You all right? Who's fine, I just make it that. I mean, it's fine right now. Yeah, a little too good. Yeah.
Worked anywhere else before? Worked anywhere else besides FedEx before?
FedEx, before that I did Amazon. I've done several versus my son's wife. Just, you know, during my 20s, I fucked around a lot. When I was young, didn't have any kids, all that stuff. Now I'm 31, you know, I was ready to settle down, I had a kid, and you know, I fucked it all.
Well, anytime, no matter what it is, what has happened, I mean, obviously you got some adversity to face, but it's gonna be enough you can be on. Just, you know, just give these guys what you know, and,
Realistically, what am I looking at?
I don't know, I mean, for example, let's just, I'll give you some, you know, say you're saying she's here, she's not, because you know she's somewhere, it's just, I'm just hypothetical. Those kind of things would go against you, you know, in terms of punishment, you know, if you screw them off for, you know, 3 hours of a location he knew she wasn't at. So, if that's not the case, or if it is the case, then I would say, you know, kind of stop now, let's go with where she is if she weren't here. You want to do everything you can to be truthful to minimize the impact on yourself. So that's what I do. I encourage people to go ahead and come and chat with me, all right? Let's get it out here so we can minimize the impact on yourself.
Tell us anything that answers the question.
What are you looking at? Because your question was, what are you looking at? I'm like, I don't really know. Because, you know, we haven't found her, you know, we haven't found her with the information you've given us. You think we will find her here?
I mean, should I be surprised I don't have to write?
She could be right.
Like, literally just toss her right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, is there anyone else that would know?
Hey, I think we're gonna bring the, so we can figure out security stuff for you. Go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead. Yes. Yeah. Okay. What you said, probably over here? Okay, what we can retrace the steps. Okay. Because I can tell you how to get to places, but I can't tell you. But being in the past, but being in the passenger side of it? No. I tossed her right in. I don't know why I haven't found her yet. your case?
Yvonne?
Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, okay, well, we're just gonna go to the end of this road and then come back and we're done there, okay? Me and Pete both this.
You know those past this dumpster for sure?
Okay, let's turn around. Hey, hang on a second, before we're out of here. I'm gonna ask this fellow something. Case.
When we went in there, did you get shut by any charge or anything, man?
No, sir, I'm just gonna toss her.
Toss her in head first, feet first, or?
What's the rate? We're gonna get some notes, so. What's the rate?
It wasn't a scratch, right?
But this is kind of soft, right? It's like that where it wasn't.
You can go from the side of us, did you?
So we drove this way, right?
You're sure you are 21.3, it's 21.3. I'm sure. Yeah. Trying to do something else, but.
Before the middle post, so right in that area. I don't know what it is.
He's unlocking.
Anything look familiar? Yeah. And because it turns into a curve right here. Did you go this way after you jumped the rope? These None of this over here. Let's just do that and we can move on to the next step. If we get to this part, so then, so that good?
I'm good.
Now, you were talking about 30 you were the other night.
Oh, I was sleeping in there.
Oh,
Yeah, I kind of live in the shed, that's why I just said something.
okay. You live in the shed at your grandparents' house?
There's 47 minutes left of this video. It was just the video was buffering, that's all. Like, not the buffer, but like it would cut in and out. So that's all. It wasn't raw real buffering, so you're all good. But yeah, there's 47 minutes left of this video. Fuck.
Where's that at?
I'll go and buy what would just keep up on screen. It said 47 minutes left of this video. Oh.
Where's your son staying?
Tanner, did you keep any of your clothes or anything like that?
No, you didn't. Okay.
And you remember this new house and all that, you got that time, right? And you would pass this. What we go, Tom? We get out the way, make some
Look at it. You go turn on last week, but that's good.
Oh, that's just like guys that we can't figure out. I'm gonna, let's get to, we get it from that, we're in a relationship, and it's like tell each other the truth, because we don't keep things from each other. So that's what we are doing right now, right? You asked me, I was truthful, I'm not interested in if you have questions, you answer, right? So that's what it is, we're just trying to figure out how we can do it. We put people out there that try to sell their money. Okay? So I just want you, I hope I trust you actually. I know you're telling me the truth, you did it, you're saying something. I don't know why you just talk about it. When I was 13, I'm pretty crazy myself. What's your favorite flavor? I don't even know the name of your flavor. see what I prove? Which is first, Senator Strand. Now, if you go this way, I go this way. Yeah. This one, I should say, or? We're just starting up with the I'll enter the case. How long you been gone? 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Wait. Tanner, how confident are you we're going to find her out there? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, pull back there. clean up the litter, Karen? What's the big thing of the litter? Is there a certain one? I know they take a lot of space. Yeah, especially when it's like two tires. Then it's twice, one for a pickup truck and then a half cylinder for all other spaces. So the tires, between these four tires will take a lot, right? Yeah, my son told me. I know, I hey, every girl needs a truck in that. So you ain't alone in that. And you get cry, not the same getting cry. Even killed, almost not being exploded. Yeah, even killed, even though. You don't get too excited. Don't get too excited, you don't cry, not too much. Yeah.
I have to get put back on the medications because I live with so that's.
How long was that?
I'm just saying, 5-6 months ago. So I've actually been able to talk to them.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks, all of them, cheers for my dad, and big for me. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Berry, let's stop for right now. We will take our afternoon, our lunch break. Your lunches are here. We'll start back up at 1:05, okay? All right. All right, 1:05, everybody. Thank you.
So there's about 30 minutes left on that video. Wow. So 1:05, so 1 hour. So what I'm going to do, is switch this off, zoom over to the other one, and I'll put a video on for you or something. So we'll go to the next stream. So you should all zoom over. If not, I'm sure you'll find it. Do you know what I mean? So it's all good. Right. I'll see you on the next video. Oh, there you go. Sorry, please here. I wasn't sure if you're here, so that's why I didn't name you. So yeah, see you over there, and I'll put something on for you.